it is not in my position to convince anybody about my health issues. I have all the necessary, documents here, their hospitals, but I don't think it is wise for me to publish my report on social media. People can personally scrutinize, people that are reputable, people that want to check their hospitals, to do their necessary investigation. I don't think cancer is something anybody wants to lie about.
Yeah, but if you say that people don't have a right to the privacy, your report, I think they are very entitled to, because they are donating to a cause. They must know that this cause does exist. Yes,
like from the initial stage, I cried out on social media, not because I wanted money. I was genuinely concerned and worried.
But you also said it was stage 4.
Yeah, when that was what I was told.
Who were you told that?
That was what I was told.
That's what
my
the doctor
report.
told you?
Yes, so that was why when I said stage 4, you could see that.
How did they know that it was stage 4? How did your doctor know that it was stage 4?
It's from the report. When they do the biopsy. I don't know. I'm not a medical.
Okay, let me ask a doctor in the house. This is why I brought her in. Okay. So from what Blessing is saying, she discovered when the first time she went to the doctor, as she said, it was a lump, and they told her it was non-cancerous, right?
Yes.
She goes back there 6, 7, 8 months later. Yeah. And that's how she discovered that it was cancer stage 4. So, for you, as a doctor, what are the procedures what would you like to ask her concerning how she got from that level to the stage 4 level?
First of all, I'm very interested to know what type of doctor you saw, because there's a lot of disparity that I don't expect in medical personnel.
Okay, what are disparities? So
first of all, when a patient comes to me and complains of a lump, I will not do a biopsy first. I will first do an imaging. So I'll tell you to either do an ultrasound scan if you're less than 40, you're 35, 40. Then if you're above 40, you can do a mammogram before we get to the biopsy. And if you then do a biopsy, depending on what we're suspecting based on your history, you either do a fine needle aspiration cytology or a core biopsy, right? And after that, even if, because what you're describing sort of sounds like you did a fine needle aspiration cytology, right? Even at that, no doctor on the surface of this earth that is qualified would allow a patient to move around with a lump in their breast for 6 months, because you don't know. Even if you do a fine needle aspiration cytology, there can be false negative. There's a very high chance of it being false negative. So you can never tell unless you remove the lump and you do a proper biopsy of the lump.
So what are the consistencies in her story?
So I find it very interesting so I'm interested to know the type of doctor you saw. What type of doctor?
I think it's an oncologist.
Okay, so now, fantastic. So I work in a teaching hospital. We don't send patients to an oncologist unless you have a biopsy, core biopsy result.
Well, she hadn't had
because usually you start with a general surgeon. General surgeon will establish the fact that it is cancerous. And oncologist is not the first person